They've ruined it all! Okay, I'm going to spend the next two segments looking at two things that have been going on in the gaming industry that you gotta notice this stuff, and it's like, why? Okay, and so in this one, I want to take the first look at remakes. Remakes. Part one here, I want to look at remakes because what's going on, guys? Okay? Now, Sony's taking a lot of their stuff, like your God of War is getting a PS4 re-release, Uncharted, and even Beyond Two Souls, Last of Us. Come on, you're taking the same games and shoveling them into the new system. I have mixed feelings about that. I do have very mixed feelings about that. Because on the one hand, yes. All those people who've never owned a PlayStation system before are getting them. They're getting these games now that they couldn't have owned beforehand because they didn't have a PlayStation 3, right? So you get to enjoy these exclusives, huzzah, right? But then at the same time, though, shovel it, keep on shoveling it, guys, come on. I mean, what is the deal with that? Why can't you just take PlayStation 3 games, make them compatible on the PlayStation 4, huh? Maybe that's me overthinking it. But either way, though, okay, we're talking a one generation difference. And then go look at Resident Evil. Resident Evil 0, Capcom's announcing and saying, hey, we're going as HD. Yeah, come on, get excited for Capcom Resident Evil, yeah. It's like, God, really? Capcom, of all the things you have done, all the games that you've had that were listen, I've been a fan of Capcom since 1986, 87, when I first played Mega Man. I was over at a friend's house playing the original Mega Man, and I thought this was an awesome game. And at that point, I said, this is cool. I want to see what else comes out. And so Capcom's had Mega Man. They've had a slew of arcade games and stuff like that. But no, they're bringing back all this Resident Evil stuff. They're not taking and advancing any of their other series that were actually really sound. And yes, I know they did Mega Man 9 and 10 not too long ago, but those sucked. Okay? Those sucked. They were too much of the old, and, you know, if I want to play the old Mega Man games, I play an old Mega Man game. In fact, if I want to play an old Mega Man game, where is it? Here we go. What's this? Oh, my Mega Man X collection. And somewhere here, it's in there somewhere in my library, I do have the Mega Man collection for the original 8. So I've got the Mega Man X and the original Mega Man collection. Lots of fun, but you know what? Resident Evil looked great on GameCube. Resident Evil looked great on GameCube, okay? The remake, and then Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil 4. All they've done is say, hey, blow it up to HD! Awesome! I am very dubious with Resident Evil 0 that that's going to be any good. And I'm kind of getting sick and tired of these remakes of old games without anything new. I want next time somebody takes and they remake an old game. Okay, and a very good example of this was one I was just playing before I started clipping this together. I was having a blast with River City Ransom. The original. Somebody redid it, put it on Game Boy Advance, and the Game Boy Advance version sucked! The Game Boy Advance version sucked! But I salute you. Why? Because they did something different with it. The gameplay and everything, the original game was mostly preserved. In spirit, it was there, but because they tried to advance it, they actually did ruin it. But even then, there are examples of games out there, I'm sure of this, where they've taken an older game and they've brought it forward. Rizogun took Old Defender, brought it forward. And so there are options where people can take old games, revamp stuff about them, and push them out as new games and make it really cool. This crap here, where they're just re-releasing the same game over and over and over, that's junk. That's junk. I don't want to see this. I want to see new experiences. Whether it's an old game based on new experience, great. I'm begrudgingly, I actually am supporting Final Fantasy VII. I hated Final Fantasy VII when it came out, but you know what? The remake of it, it looks, and from what I've been reading, it sounds like they're changing stuff up and making a better game. They're telling the same story, but they're putting more of the modern stuff in it as far as, systems and whatnot. At least from what I've read. Maybe it's speculation. We can hope. But I want to know what you think. Is this generation going overboard with all the remakes and re-HDs and stuff like that of games? Should we have something else on these consoles? Comments below. Support link below as well. But I look forward to catching y'all next time.